Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-VellCUSTOMS. So today I'm sharing with you a Harley Quinn in a chair custom statue made from a Mandy Electric Tiki Statue. So I did a video series on how I made this chair, so I want to pretty much show off the final item. For those who may not know, this is the Mandy statue that I used. She sits in the pillow. Really cool statue. I don't know the character at all really, but when I saw this statue first posted on statueforum.com in the Electric Tiki section, for some odd reason it just screamed Harley Quinn to me. And when she finally came out, I was like, you know what, it would be really cool if I could make it like she's sitting in a chair. And then after all this time, when I finally got my hands on one, this is the final project of it all. So it was really fun to make this item. A lot of different elements in here. We have the statue, which is resin. We have a lot of wood. I have some sculpting items. We have some cloth. And it's just a really cool item that I came up with. So let me give you a little bit of a 360 here. Really cool. Tried a lot of different things with it. I didn't want to go too crazy with a lot of elements because this type of item, you know, whoever actually gets this item, they can add more stuff to it if they want. So like say you're going to a hobby store and you find some really cool little knickknacks, you can add it into the statue. But, you know, we'll break down everything what I did. So let me get in a little bit closer for you guys. So my whole idea with this is she's kind of like animated a little bit, but she's kind of a little bit realistic, so it's kind of like a mix between the two. So I kind of wanted to keep that in line. And the idea is also she's in her chair, and is she getting undressed or is she getting dressed? So it's like we have all the elements of her outfit, but they're not all on her. So as you can see, we have her outfit, but she doesn't have her cuffs on, she doesn't have her boots on, she doesn't have her hat or her collar on. But all that is on the base though. So we'll get a little bit closer here. What I did was I sculpted little boots. So this red boot, actually, what I did is, as you can see the flat part here, this little flat piece going here. I rolled out Magic Sculpt, and then what I did is I put it underneath the foot here, and I did the same thing with this foot as well. And then I pretty much sculpted these little boots. So the idea is you can place these wherever you want. This boot is sculpted so it actually lays on its side. I didn't want that one. I wanted it to be like, you know, it's kicked off or she's ready to get on. These little cuff pieces are actually from the Sideshow Premium format. I had a bunch of extra ones, and then what I did is I sculpted little gloves, you know, going around. Now, a friend of mine says you made two of the same glove. It's, well, if you flip the glove this way, it's, you know, left hand or right hand. If you flip the glove that way, it doesn't really matter. So I just kind of wanted to, you know, have some fun with the glove stuff. So, you know, these could be placed wherever you want. You know, like say you want this one here, you want this underneath the chair, you know, maybe this is over here. And then I started adding a little other things, you know, like a little TNT thing as well here. So we also have a lot of weapons for her because this is her chair. It's kind of like a weapon chair. So I made a little lead pipe with some blood on it, so that could be placed anywhere. I made her a little pop gun. It was, I think it's the gun is from the DC Direct premium format Harley Quinn that I did a custom of back while, and I took off the gun, so I think that's the gun. I'm almost positive. So I sculpted the new handle, but this could pop in and out as well. You can put this over here on the base, or you can put it back into the holster where, you know, she can have her gun ready to grab. And then over here on the back of the base, we have her mallet. I have a baseball bat with spikes. And of course, you know, you always have to have a, you know, a rope with a noose. So that could be placed anywhere. You know, you could put this on the back of the chair. You could put it on the floor. You do whatever you want with that. So I was going to sculpt the hat and the collar piece, but as I was sculpting it wasn't working because you have to actually place it somewhere specific. You know, the hat's going to have to be on the ground and it has to be there. Or the hat has to be on the chair and it has to be sculpted. So what I did is I found a doll on eBay and I took the hat off that doll and I cut it. So now this can be flopped up on you know, the top of here. It could be flopped off on the floor if you want, but I kind of like it's, you know, over here, you know. So she does have her hat. Then there's the little collar piece from the doll too. Like this piece could be like hanging off, you know, over here like this. You know, you could put it underneath one of her, the pillow, and you can just run with it. So, that's pretty much, you know, the whole chair idea. And then the chair was all laser etched. Check out those videos. You can see how the process of the whole chair came to be. But now onto the statue. So she's pretty much naked, and what I had to do is I had to pry her off the base, and it was a little bit tough, but I was able to pry off the base. But there was some damage to the, you know, the underleg and the pillow, but I repaired all that because it was easier to customize her off the pillow and then glue her back in at the end, and that's what worked out pretty good. And I wanted to, you know, I wanted to utilize the sculpt, which is, you know, the hands with the nails and then the bare feet with the toes. I didn't want to really sculpt over that because I think that would be like a fun Harley Quinn, because we really don't ever see Harley Quinn kind of chilling like this, where her outfit is, the main outfit's on her, but not all the other little pieces, you know. So it's kind of a little fun take on her. And then as far as the face, you know, I tweaked out the hair a bit, so I took off the little bows that were on the hair. I took out the bangs that came too far down. I sculpted the mask, and then for the rest of the outfit, I did all these little wrinkles, as you can see. I had all these little wrinkles on her. I made sure I put the diamonds where they needed to go. So we have the 2 diamonds over there. We got the diamonds here on her arms, and then I think over there's those. So once I pretty much got all that done, I wanted to come up with a little bit of a different paint app for her. So I decided I want to keep it more anime, but I didn't want to go crazy latex like I've done on the other Harley Quinns, but I still wanted to keep her outfit shiny because I thought that would be kind of fun. So what I did is I tried some new types of reds and everything. So the black is regular black with some hints of metallic black, and I gloss coated the hell out of that. But the red is a red mixed with some other deep reds, and then what I did is I did interference red over that, and then I gloss coated it, and it gave it like a really cool latex. So I kind of like this a little bit of a latex look a little bit better. It kind of blends with the black that I did, so it was just a little something different. The eyes are hand painted. I did them in mostly kind of watercolor, and then I detailed them in with some acrylics, and then I sealed it. So I gave her eyes as like a really nice, you know, almost realistic eye with the blues. So they are got some, you know, a little bit of a pink in the eye because they're so big. I just ran with it. Of course, I had to do the white face. I always like the white face on Harley, where you still see the skin, you know, in her hands and the back of her neck, as you can see. I always like that. And then the hair is just a basic straight up bright lemon yellow hair with some pearls mixed into it. And just ran with it. And of course, just something is a little bit of a throwback to Batman, but not too crazy, is I did the pillow in gray and black. So I kind of wanted it to be like that Batman pillow. At first, I was trying to throw some Batman symbols on it, but it just wasn't working out too good. And I was like, you know what? Just a little bit of a subtle look. Now, I know a couple people when I was working on the chair were telling me to add in other things. And that's the kind of the idea with this whole project is I kind of added what I would want in here, and this is kind of as far as I wanted to go. But if somebody, you know, picks up the statue for me, which will be available on my site, they can add more. Like, say maybe you find a broken Joker premium format statue or a Hot Toy statue, and you want to rip off the Joker jacket. You can add that to the base. Maybe there's you want to create a Joker tie, and you want to add that onto, like, you know, the mallet hanging off, or maybe the bat spikes, or, you know, maybe Joker's got all his clothes off and they're all underneath there, and, you know, they're going to have a little playtime. You know, I don't know. It's just, the cool thing about this custom is it doesn't have to end the way I did it. You know, the person who gets it can add more. So it's pretty cool. So it was a lot of fun. I really like the way it came out. Harley Quinn is like a fun character. You can change so many statues into Harley, and it always works. And that's why I like the character so much, because especially in 3D form with statues, you can take a lot of different statues and you convert it into a Harley Quinn, and it can almost work. Like, you could take a Batwoman, you know, premium format, and you could change up the head and make it look like Harley's in Batwoman's outfit, or you could just do weird things with her, which is great. One of the other things too is if you saw the other videos with the mallet comes out pretty well. You can just kind of turn it down and then pop it out. So you can actually take the mallet out, but I'm just going to leave it on for now. But the spike bat I left in there pretty well, because the only problem is people will probably stab themselves with the nails, and also it's kind of hard to put it in there without messing it up, so I kind of locked that in place. But yeah, so that's pretty much Harley Quinn. Like I said, I had a lot of fun with this statue. And it was just something different, you know, like we have a lot of customs out there, and I've done a lot of customs over the few years, but I just kind of wanted to do some woodworking with one and really, have some fun. Now, one of the things too I wanted to mention, this is a very, you know, this statue is kind of like a 3-in-1. So I kind of break down. If you were to ever, you know, move her, you never pick her up from the base. You always kind of put your hand here and you lift her up from the chair, because if you lift her up from the base, you're going to wobble it and she'll fall. I almost made that mistake. But the cool thing about this statue is if you don't like the base, you can just have her on the chair on your display. So if you just want to have her sitting on your chair, you know, and you can do that. So you don't really need to have her set up like that. Now, the last thing you can do is you can actually pop her off the base, because as you see, you know, I put my little sticker there and I signed it, but it is still, you know, a statue, so you can actually put her on the edge of a table or a shelf and she's going to stay because she's fairly heavy. So you can have her sitting on the shelf somewhere too, you know. So it's like a 3-in-1 statue almost. You know, you can put her in a chair. Well, like say if you got her and you don't like this chair, you want to make your own chair, you can make up your own chair and you can put her in there. So you can just pretty much set her in there. I set it up too so these calf muscles and this leg don't hit the bottom of that thing anymore. So you just kind of grab her from there and you lift her up. And then what you could do is take this, see if you lift from the base, stuff is going to fall all over. And you can put her back on here. Now you can, you know, you can put her this way. Just make sure she's not off on the edge. And you can put her that way. Kind of like her turn like that a little bit because she's kind of facing forward, you know. And yeah, so that's pretty much the woodwork with the chair. Also in that video too, I explained how I did the little wood paneling floor. So it's pretty much a straightforward statue, and I like it a lot. I had a lot of fun. So if you guys like the way she came out, let me know. If you ever, you know, maybe down the line, if I ever get a chance, maybe I can make another version of her on the chair. I don't know yet. I'll see if I get my hands on one. But for now, this is kind of one of those little, just one of those things I just saw and it pops in my head. And I said, you know what? I got to get that done. I got to get that statue and just make something really cool. So there you go. Harley Quinn sitting in a chair, either getting undressed or dressed. Either or. Use your imagination. But pretty cool, a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, guys. Should be up for grabs on my site, and we'll be back with some more videos.